Sounds good.
I believe your family were a significant influence on you developing a love for music.
Yeah, definitely.
What can you tell us about them?
Well, I had an interesting time growing up in Alabama. And my mom was, she played like rock and roll, in a rock and roll band. And so I used to go hear her when I was, a kid, 2, 3, 4, 5. And my grandfather played bluegrass music, so we had just music going on all the time at our house or my grandparents' house. So I grew up like that. It was really nice.
So no doubt they were right behind you in wanting to pursue a career in music?
I'm sorry, what?
They were very supportive of you when you decided to pursue a career in music then, I would assume?
Yeah, my mom was, and my dad had his, he didn't want me to leave home. I left home at age 15, to go play music. So they didn't like that part of it, but yeah, they were somewhat supportive, yeah.
And speaking of your grandfather, I believe he even made an appearance on your last CD.
Yes.
That must have been a fantastic feeling.
It was awesome. He's, going on 80. He was 80 then. He's like, I think 82 now, and he's still playing. He still plays every weekend. He plays at the nursing home every Saturday. And he's still playing. I love that.
That's fantastic. Now, I believe you were in your early teens when you started playing professionally. What was it that attracted a young 14-year-old to the blues?
I loved it. I grew up with, a lot of Hendrix and, a lot of old Muddy Waters and Creedence Clearwater, and I grew up with my dad listening to that kind of music, so it influenced me, into like blues rock and roll, and I love the blues. I mean, there's nothing, it makes me feel good to play it. And
Did you find yourself a bit removed from your peers at that time? Because I guess you wouldn't have found too many other kids your age with that love for the blues as you had.
No, I grew up in a work situation with musicians older than me, and it was really good. It gave me it toned me up for being able to be a professional and make it a career. So but at the same time, it's like if I ever start playing, for the money, then everything starts going amiss. But if I just keep playing because it makes me feel good and it connects people, then I get somewhere.
You were certainly well travelled before you finally settled in Atlanta. Can you give us a rundown on where you spent those years?
Yeah, gosh, I spent a lot of time out west, Wyoming and Las Vegas, and I went up north to like North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana. I spent a lot of time out, about probably 2 to 3 years traveling out there. Came back and then I toured the Southeast, Mississippi, Louisiana, Tennessee, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. I did that for a long time, and then I've been, I got to spend a lot of time in Norway and Sweden, Denmark. Fell in love with Copenhagen, and I've had a really great time. Norwegians really have a strong love for the blues, and that was just a treat. Stayed out there for about 30 days and traveled from one end of Norway to the other, and then into Denmark, and got to play with Charlie Musselwhite's band, and I had a blast out there.
A lot of people do mention that to me, the love that Europeans have for the blues. What do you think it is that appeals to them about that style of music?
I'm not sure. I know that your country's full of great guitar players and harmonica players. Just unbelievable how they've really, technically mastered it and studied this stuff front and back, and combined it with their own original music. And I heard some of the best music while I was out, and it's just amazing.
How much do you think that time you spent moving around and staying in various places, how much do you think that influenced the sound of your music as it is today? Did you soak up a lot of the sounds from the various regions that you stayed at?
I think so. I always, when I go out on the road, I definitely write, and I think so. I think from each person I met, I pick up just a little bit, share a little bit of myself, they share a little bit, and I think you kind of add that all into what you do. Eventually it makes up, who you are and how you play.
Who would have been some of the first guitar players to really move you to want to take up the instrument?
Oh, Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah.
I mean, I fell in love with Jimi Hendrix, and of course, B.B. King. The first time I heard that guitar, it just drove me crazy. I had to hear more. And Duane Allman, huge Duane Allman fan.
Yeah. Talking about your songwriting, was there a specific point where you found yourself gaining self-confidence as a songwriter?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't start writing until later, and songwriting is just such a personal thing, and I was just, I've always had this fear. God, I can't get it out. But lately, I don't know, just been opening up and letting it flow and figuring out that, hey, everybody else gone through this stuff too. And I think it helps them identify and connect, as humans. So, yeah, I've gained more confidence in the last couple of years. I've got to write with a lot of great songwriters too.
Yeah.
It's helped.
Are you very methodical about the way you go about your writing? Is there a set procedure you go through, or can it vary from song to song, or where you are at the time?
Sometimes, yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like the songs are there, but sometimes they come out jumbled, sometimes a whole song will come out right away, immediately. I'll wake up in the middle of the night and get it all out, and it might be jumbled or just, not in order, and then eventually I'll start playing it until I actually see the order of it. Sometimes I get just a riff on the guitar, and I'll write the chorus, and then I'll write a song around the chorus. Just, they come out differently, but some songs won't leave me alone. They will make noise until you write them, and other songs just take forever. It's an amazing thing.
Now, we spoke about your grandfather appearing on your record before, but there was another generation represented as well, with your daughter also appearing on there.
Oh my goodness, yeah. We're in the process of doing a new live CD. March 18th, we're recording a live DVD and CD. And she has come, since that CD, she has come such a long way. She sings R&B. She likes R&B, and she just really sings well. She's a mess.
She's quite an amazing young talent, I believe.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Is it easy balancing the life of mother and touring musician?
No. Nothing easy about it. But it's pretty awesome. I've considered homeschooling, and especially, we're getting busier and busier, and eventually I will homeschool her and hopefully have a tutor on the road. But right now she She goes to a school that's right around the corner from the house, and I have a lot of friends, extended family that help me out with her and, you know, love her like their own, and that gets me through. My sisters, you know, that gets me through, but it's tough, you know.
Yeah.
But I get a lot more time with her than I guess most parents do, because I have my days off. I mean, I'm working on songs or working on booking the band, but she really has a lot more time with me than most kids, really. And the summertime, when we play festivals, I take her with me.
Take her with you, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
So she's got she's getting a good experience.
Now, I was reading through the notes on your CD, Free to Go, and you describe it on there as an album you've been waiting on for a long time. I guess you went into the studio there with a lot of built-up anticipation?
Yeah, I did. I just, you know, it was that fear to open up and let it out, and I think that I got to this point where it was just like, just what I do, and I just got to do it. Let me just do it. And so that album was like, you know, finally just breaking through, letting the songs come out, and doing it. And
now you're
sort of free to go.
Your music has a feel to it, which it sounds like music that would really thrive in a live situation. Did you do anything in particular to try and maintain that live feel in the studio?
Yeah. What I'm really excited about right now is these guys, we're doing a three-piece power trio right now, and it's really a lot of fun. It's teaching me a lot as a guitar player, and the guys are awesome. They're very supportive of me, and this great guys, Brian Jones on bass and Richie Jones on drums, and myself on guitar. And that's very exciting because we've done some really great things as a three-piece band, and it's nice to be independent like that and to be able to carry it and make it fun, you know. They're like family. We're all like family. We have a huge extended family. So,
looking back on the recording of the CD, is there anything now you think back now and wish you'd done differently, or do you try not to dwell on those sort of things?
Not really. Not really. I did it just like I wanted to. I wanted to have complete creative control, so I paid for it. And I did it on 2-inch tape at Tree Sound Studios here in Atlanta, which is just, everybody records there. It's just a beautiful studio. So I wanted to record analog on 2-inch tape, and I wanted to do it the old way. So yeah. I don't really have any regrets. All the songs original except for the one with my grandfather and I'll Fly Away, of course.
Yeah.
And so not really. I had a lot of sales and continue to do so.
Speaking of doing it the old way, I believe one thing you're very proud of is your vintage guitar and amplifier.
Yeah, I love it.
Tell us about them.
It's simple, you know. It's a guitar cord and a guitar and an amp. Simple.
Yeah.
Old tubes and an old amp, but my Les Paul's an 87 custom, so.
What's the extent of your touring these days, Donna? How much time do you spend on the road? Or do
well, right now we're spending every weekend pretty much on the road, and it'll get a little bit busier, like 3 or 4 days a week, and we're looking at a tour this summer. I'm not at liberty to say who with yet, but looking at a nice tour this summer. Hopefully it'll happen, but we're traveling basically the Southeast right now, all over the Southeast. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, North Carolina. We're hitting the Carolinas a lot, and it's definitely a lot of fun.
So that's a possibility of a tour support of some sort you're talking about there, is it? That you might be doing?
Yeah, we're working on
something big.
A good tour, yeah.
Oh, good.
with somebody else, but we would just be opening, but it'd be very good. So we'll keep everybody informed on the website, which is DonnaHopkins.com.
We'll keep a lookout for that. We'll keep our fingers crossed for you. What's on the horizon with regards to recording plans? And any plans to follow up the last CD yet?
Yeah, like I said, March 18th, we're doing a live recording at Smith Soul Bar with Ralph Roddenberry Band is doing a live recording, and Donna Hopkins Band doing a live recording. And from that night, we'll have a live DVD and CD for sale. Then we're hoping by August that we'll be back in the studio for another studio album.
Fantastic. And you've got a fair bit of material already set to go for that?
Oh, yeah.
Tremendous. Donna, thanks for your time. It's been great to catch up with you.
Thank you.
Always good to get to know artists that haven't made their way down to Australia yet. We certainly hope we can get you down here sometime in the future. We've got a great array of blues festivals which happen down here around this time of the year. And
wonderful. Let me know what you need. I'll send it to you, and let's do it.
Yeah, you would fit in beautifully down here. We'd love to see you.
Love it. Would love it. We'll be there in a heartbeat.
That's great. Okay, all the best, Don. I'll let you get back to a lovely day over there in Atlanta.
Thanks, John.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.